a good look. Angie Stone, circa, I don't know, when she lost all that weight. Go ahead.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Chat Session Podcast. We're here once again. I'm giving very much 70s vibes right now. Like,
You are.
thank
You
you.
are.
I felt very pretty today. My hair is actually jet black for the first time in my entire life.
It reminds me of Jill Scott when she was saying, when she went up to that lady's house in that one music video, telling her, "Girl, I don't know what you think it is, but you better stay away from my man."
That's her first video. You're
Oh,
getting
really?
in the way of
Way
what I'm
of what I'm
feeling.
feeling. Ooh, I love me some
Sister
Jill.
Honey Girl. That's right. Look, you could tell I didn't listen to some Jill Scott in the day. I had you as Angie Stone, you know,
Well,
the
thank
other
you.
singer.
I appreciate it.
Hmm. Star Mother, what you stuffing in your face? Oh, you said this.
A
Wait, are
cinnamon.
you eating a cinnamon roll with chopsticks?
No, this is just a fork. It's a wooden fork because
Oh,
I'm in Amsterdam and
oh,
they don't
okay.
believe in plastic like that.
Oh, first of all, why are you
Amsterdam.
eating a cinnamon roll with a fork or utensil? Why aren't you eating it with God's utensils like the rest of
Because
us?
I have to use I normally would, but I'm on camera and I can't have these people thinking I'm a savage. And then on top of that, I got to touch my phone screen later.
Oh, okay, okay. I'll give it a pass because of the stickiness of the phone screen.
Yes.
Looks
Yeah.
good
So
though. It
yeah,
looks good.
listen,
Put
everybody.
It's
put
a
We
it
have
red velvet one.
put it in the camera a little closer so we can see it a little bit.
This
Oh, that
one? Yeah,
does look good.
it's
That
a
does.
red velvet cinnamon roll.
this is some bad
Ooh,
shit
that
right
does
here.
look good. What?
They had a they had
I'm so sorry, kid. Okay,
No,
sorry.
I like everybody who's been like apologizing because I can't eat or drink anything. I'm
Well,
like, I'm
because
not upset.
we wouldn't apologize if you wasn't like, that's some fat shit right there. This is
I said that.
ridiculous.
I said that to Nico when he pulled up his Thanksgiving plate. I'm like, "Oh, that's very big back of you." Mm.
Yeah, I can
oh,
see you're going to be difficult.
she got her little clavicle. She got her little
Right.
clavicle, and all of a sudden everybody else got a big
I
bag.
was
Right.
literally like,
And
once
all of
I
a
hit,
sudden, you're not going to be invited to Friendsgiving anymore.
I said once I hit 250, then y'all can start treating me like I think I'm better than everybody else. Right now, I'm still in a big area, so y'all can't tell me I
Uh,
can't talk shit.
but you're making those sideway comments. What people are enjoying life, like, oh, second
I'm
portion.
happy for everyone to be
Look
enjoying life.
how
Well, I can't. I would have said that even if I didn't have weight loss surgery and lost 140 fucking pounds. Like, ooh, that's very big
yes,
bag.
but if you were a fellow big back, you could say, "Girl, go
I'm
get a
still a
plate and
big
shut the
back. You
fuck
think
up."
this back is small? This back ain't demure. This back ain't
Mm,
dainty. It ain't delicate. It
mhm,
ain't shit.
mhm. Anyway, that looked good, Star Mother, with a nice cup of
Yeah.
coffee. Ooh,
Ooh.
ooh.
But it's 2 a.m., so I'm going to sleep right after this, so I can't be doing that to myself.
Right, or a hot cup of
What you was doing
cocoa.
up at 2 a.m.? What was you doing? You in Amsterdam. What you
This
doing at 2 a.m.?
podcast, this is
No,
commitment.
not
Well,
this.
yeah, because I
Music.
had an alarm set for it. But also, I was, partaking
Uh-huh.
in a hot
Uh-huh.
steam bath with other
Mhm,
men who
mhm,
were also in the
Mhm.
steam bath naked, so it was good.
mhm.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay,
you
that's
went to one of
nice.
them
Apparently, I made
places?
a man. Yeah, I made a man orgasm 4 times with my mouth alone. I'm pretty good at what I do.
Okay, Nico.
Mhm.
All right, he
Did you
can't suck dick, and we both know that. So let's not get crazy. We laugh. And in color. Ooh.
Just so
did
if
we
Nico washes his back, just so we're clear, I did not make that statement, sweetie. That was this bitch
did
over here, not this one right here with the contacts in. Don't try me later on, bitch.
did we enjoy any other activities besides an oral fixation?
Right now, no man is worth that. I'm not bleeding for nobody. And then on top of that, these Amsterdam men, they're either really passive and gentle or they're very aggressive, and I'm not taking no chances.
Oh, okay, girl. Okay.
is it a little bit racial tendencies over there, or is it kind of calm?
Amsterdam, you'd be
Um,
fine in Amsterdam from what
it's
I
a little
heard.
bit of hold on. My thing done think the thing. Audio settings. I
Mm.
can't hear y'all no more. I don't know what happened.
Oh, you can't hear
Um,
us?
harsh technical difficulties because
Okay.
she
Okay, I
is
can hear you
not
again.
set up.
Okay. You were saying?
Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
Yes, you were saying.
Um, where was that? Men not making me want to bleed. But outside of that, we've gone and seen some museums, and we went to the zoo. What else we did? We've gone places to eat. Oh, the shopping here. I
The
always miss
weed,
Amsterdam.
the
Well,
weed.
I can't do the weed, but Lord knows it smells loud as hell.
The loud, it's loud, isn't it?
I know, girl.
Oh, the loud is loud.
I've always wanted to go to Amsterdam. I'm
Apparently,
gonna have to make it to Amsterdam one day.
please do. Please do. I'll come visit with you.
Let me know when you're
Uh,
available, and I'll let you know when I have my funds available. We'll hook up. I'll fly over to Amsterdam, get off the plane, and be all bougie.
hey, I
Hello,
love to see it.
Amsterdam.
Because what I'm finna do is next time I come to Amsterdam, I'm gonna have a whole budget for clothes and an empty luggage and a backpack with only 2 days worth of clothes in it.
That's a good idea.
Cause
That way you can cut
I
up.
come to Amsterdam and yeah, I
I
come to
realized
Amsterdam
at
all the
one point
time.
I will
Every
actually
single
be able
time
to
I
do
do.
that.
Wait, what?
I
Go
realized
for
that
talk.
someday I
Empty
will be able to
luggage.
do that. Like actually buy clothes on a vacation and not have to like order shit online. Like, oh, I can actually do it one day.
You probably could do that right now. Depending
The
on where you
Uh,
day is
shop.
sooner than you think. There be some
depending on
big
where
girls
I'm
out
at.
here.
I know that, but I'm still very selective about like the sizing I have to do. So like once I know I'm drastically down a certain way, and I'm like, okay, now I can buy shit on the rack.
Oh, you're not going to be selective at that point. You'll just throw in on any old thing. So anyway, what when we do Amsterdam, could
Now
we
that was
also
just
do like the?
rude.
Can we also do
That was just rude.
train travel? I would love to take some of the trains, the Euro trains around
I
Europe.
thought you
Yes, I
said
know how to
trade and
swing.
travel. It's like, why are you picking up some trade?
Hey,
I mean,
I'm
there's
just
definitely a
saying.
queer night at one of the saunas, so like they have men and women out there. And
You know
straight
what?
men will come.
I am not opposed to that, but I want my plus size tummy tuck bra line lift first. Once I get that, yeah, let's go. Let's go
Is
to the
this the
nude
same time
beach.
that you're going to be going to a Beyonce concert with Kamala Harris and Michelle Obama and Oprah Winfrey too?
I needn't have you shit on my dreams.
She thinks she's so far above it just because she looked like Angie Stone or Jill Scott from looking like Jilly from Philly when she knows she's from the Bronx.
Thank you.
I'm bougie from the Bronx with cheap contacts in. Ow.
Mm.
Oh, and then this is I know you haven't seen it, Miss Yvonne, but uh, I sent a picture of a shuck of corn to.
You sent a picture. What?
Okay, so
That
so
that was the
let's
play that y'all went to, Shang
yes,
Kong?
but the thing is about in a line in one of the songs. I can't. Is it in? I don't know which. I think it's Alex's song, something like that. But she
Yes,
says she refers to
independently
something
owned.
like yes, and she says something to the effect of like, "I just need a corn cob and some batteries." So this fool literally sent me a vibrator in the shape of the shape of corn.
They have two sizes. They have the 10-inch, and then they have the 2-inch for when you're trying to travel.
It's like a actually out of corn.
If I like that. A corn
I would
cob
buy that just
vibrator.
for the novelty of it. But like, why do you have a piece of corn in your room? I'm like, girl, it's not a
Mm.
corn.
Don't touch it. But,
The way I would literally be like, country girls make do. Country girls make do.
Hey,
there was a meme or some kind of because I've been getting into strange places where there was like it was like country guys out like in a cornfield and like they were doing all kinds of freaky shit with corn on the stalk and I was like I wonder if that really happens. Probably does in real life
all that loneliness on the field. You wanna do other
and all
things.
that corn.
Yeah.
Hey, people have made do. We went to the sex museum too, which goes over the history of sex and
Oh yes,
prostitution.
yes, yes,
So it's just
yes.
like
Because they
they
have the red
have
light
different,
district.
literally 2 streets down away from me.
Mm.
I ain't gone to it. I'm not paying for nothing. But basically, in the museum,
Nobody
I'm not
falls for
against
that.
anybody do it. I'm not against it. If that's
I
what you need to
It's
do,
not for
that's
you.
what y'all need
That's
to
what I'm
do.
saying.
I was dating a guy, an Asian guy. Is actually he was Asian from I think he was Korean, but he was adopted from Australia by a family in Amsterdam or around that area in the red light district. And I remember we were like long distance dating, you know. And I remember telling him, why don't you
Mm.
just go to, get a prostitute? And he was so offended. He was like, I mean, it's there, but I would like to think I could do better than that. And I was like, I guess my mindset is it was a
It-
strange
it's
mindset to me.
it's different for. I understand what you're saying. It's different for other people.
Right.
No,
I guess,
it's
yeah.
like
I look at it as
some people. It's like
sex
it
is
like
fun.
yeah. I get what you're saying. It's like for some people, it's also like I don't want to say like stoop that low because I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to want to hire a prostitute. I think some people go like, oh, is it really that bad for
So for
me?
some people, it's about convenience. Some people, it's
Right.
very much about convenience and just being able to do the business and walk away. For me, it's I am a muscular black bottom. If I want something inside of me or to do something, I just, anyways, all I need to do is just lower my standards.
I mean, are there a lot of male prostitutes there?
There's a fair amount, like
Mm,
in different forms and facets, but
mm.
also the fact that it's just like, I'm not about to pay a man to suck his.
That
Like, why would
does
I ever pay?
that does seem a little crazy to me. I know people who have done it, but like to pay to suck someone's dick is just wild to me.
Yeah, like it's the same concept of me hearing about somebody paying to eat somebody else's cooter cat, which is just like, I mean, it's your
Wait a
money.
minute.
Do with it what you will. The cooter
Yeah.
cat,
Well, no, yeah. Oh,
y-
paying someone to eat your okay. I mean, wait. Paying to
no,
eat
paying
someone's food.
to
Okay.
yes, and it's
Yeah.
just always just like you're doing the work. They just get to lie back,
But
and
apparently
you're
some
paying
people like
them.
that.
That's some few satisfaction. Shit.
Yeah, I've had people offer to pay to suck my toes. And it's like, mm, I'm just not.
I mean,
Mm.
I guess I did have a friend who got offered $500 to poop in a toilet and then go back home, and I told
No,
him, "Girl."
no questions asked.
Um,
I
I was so upset
I
that
have
she said
questions.
no.
I would have questions as to why.
I don't care. It's $500 at base, but
I'm
he was
glad that
driving
that's
from
going to be tax free, but I still have fucking questions.
no, and
I
it's from the fact that he would be driving from San Diego to Las Vegas, and it's just like, girl,
The fuck?
you could have argued fees for the driving, convenience. That could have easily been 1,200. That could have been $1,200 right there. That was rent money.
The
That was
laxative that
easy
you
rent
probably have
money.
to take to make sure you actually can go, like all that other shit.
Yes, because you have to plan it
That's
right
that
so that way you
hard.
don't
Just
poop
eat a
yourself on the way
banana.
there.
No, all you can do is eat a banana and just like show up and just like sit there
That
for a little
potassium
while.
don't work for everybody, so
Mm, okay.
Yeah, I don't think a banana has ever moved me that fast. The only thing that
Really?
moves me fast is a 3 mile, 4 mile run. I run 4 miles
Really?
and all of a sudden I'm free.
Gosh,
I feel that way
people
too.
are
Because
really
sometimes
different. Give
when
me a banana and turn up the heat, and I'm like, excuse me, give me about 15 minutes. I got to go.
well, Yvonne, you are a woman of a certain years.
I was gonna say that maybe after a certain age, but yeah, if I have a banana in the morning, shoot, I could time it. In fact, I do that sometimes. I'm like, oh, I got about 30 minutes before a meeting. Let me go ahead and eat this
Oh
banana
my god! All
and
right.
this cup of coffee. Ooh,
Actually, that's really funny because my mom would talk about that when she was younger, how my grandmother would make oatmeal and it would have everybody real regular because
mm,
all the Bradleys go into the bathroom at the same time.
oatmeal's a
Vibrant shit.
notorious regulator. Oatmeal and grits. If I eat
Mm.
that, I got about good 45 minutes before I'm like, hold on, let me get my cell phone. I'll be back in about and it's efficient. You're not sitting there pushing for hours. No, 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 no.
I don't like this lip combo I got going on right now. It's not doing anything for me.
I don't see anything. All I see is
Exactly.
lip.
Exactly. Like it's just not doing anything. Look, I just have.
It's
Yeah,
giving very natural.
I
it's
don't want
getting
to.
natural. All right, I sent out the SOS signal to our brethren to tell them we
Oh,
live.
oh,
People, just I just
oh.
like sent them on like on the gram to tell them that we're live and to come on in and to talk to us and
Come
to
on in.
partake. Yeah, partake in the fun that is Star Mother's moment.
All right, yeah. So let's get into Star Mother's movie of the week. I'm telling you this right now, girl. I don't know why you chose this shit, but go off.
what
You go ahead and explain this.
what in the 70s weird art house shit is this?
You go ahead and explain this
Exactly,
one.
that's
I'm not
what it
touching it.
is. That it is a new movie. I don't know
Mhm.
if it's A24 or not, but it's Begonia.
Begonia.
And basically, the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because for me, it gave a very ethical dilemma about how I
Mhm.
feel about certain things.
Mhm.
And the premise of the movie is like billionaire lady gets kidnapped by two dudes because they think she's an alien who's
Mhm.
been sent to like do something to the human race.
So they're high.
Uh,
Okay.
Either high or mentally unwell, however you want to describe it. The
Right.
issue I have with it that brought the reason why I made it my moment is because like I've had discussions with people about like, hey, if you learn that a billionaire or millionaire is being tortured because people think that they're an alien sent to do something to the human race, do you still feel eat the rich, or is this an innocent person literally being dragged into a situation because of poor or because of mental illness?
What's the question? I'm sorry.
If you knew that a
Mhm,
billionaire
mhm,
was being tortured, not
mhm,
because they're rich and all the bad things they've done as a rich person, but because somebody has mental illness and
mhm,
thinks that they're an alien,
mhm.
do you feel empathy or do you just let it all go?
Wait, so let me get this straight.
I
She's saying
might
like
feel empathy, but I'm not gonna save him. Do you mean is that what you mean?
Kinda. So what did you
Yeah.
say, Nick? Ken?
Oh,
So
sorry.
wait, let me get this straight. Emma Stone plays a person who's filthy rich, and she has a mental illness problem, which
No, no,
leads.
no, no. Emma Stone is playing the multimillionaire
Uh
who's
huh.
getting kidnapped by people with mental illness,
Mhm.
who
Okay.
then drag her down to a basement, lock her to a bed, and basically do experiments on her and tell her to connect with the mothership and tell them that we come in peace and that we want them to stop trying to affect the human race.
I get it.
What is wrong with this
Um,
movie? All
wow. There's a lot going
right.
on there.
I will say this in the context of what you just explained that. Sorry to anybody I had to do that because I didn't like how my lips look. But I would feel bad for the rich person just simply because it's like you're being held captive against your own will for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason why it's just like it brought the ethics of me, where it's just like we say eat the rich all the time. So that means like, hey, where does that stance begin and end? Where does like, is there any innocence or like, is anything done to them just a karmic retribution?
Yeah, like there's one thing to say, like, you use the term
To
eat the rich, but like
right.
it's another thing like just to kidnap them because you believe that they're a fucking alien because you're in a
Right.
different state of mind. Like that's completely different. You know what I
Completely
mean?
different. Eat the rich is paying consequences for your choices and actions.
Mhm.
Being yoinked off the street by two crazy people,
That is
which
not the
could
same.
happen, which is just happenstance. It could happen to anybody, right? They could have fixated on
Mm-hmm.
anyone, is unfortunate. And in that you could have empathy. It's sort of like, you know, um, I'll give you this example. So Trump's son, Barron, right? You don't hear him talk. You don't hear him say anything. People have their theories about why he doesn't talk. And some of them have alluded to him being cognitively, there's some cognitive issues. I always get uncomfortable when people start talking about him because he didn't make these choices. You know what I mean? His father did. Now I abject from, I don't know if he's a good person, bad person. I don't know him. But I know that the things that I'm angry at his father for, I shouldn't place on him. Does that make sense?
The shit. Somebody said this term so perfectly, but it's like
The
the
sins of the father, not the
yeah, it
sins of the
doesn't get passed
child.
down to the
Yeah.
child and shit like that. So like yes, I mean like other than other people, it's
Yeah.
very much a thing about like oh wait, hold on, Star.
That's wrong. Oh, there we go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry,
like
my VPN.
it's like not liking Kim Kardashian and then wishing ill will on North. Why?
Yeah,
North
that's
North
Yeah.
not
didn't
right.
North didn't make any of those. North was just born. She just fell out of Kim's pussy.
Yeah.
She didn't make any of those
It could have
choices.
been Amber Rose. It just happened to be Nor. It
Could
just
have
happened to
been
be Kim
right.
Kardashian.
She could have fell out of Amber Rose's pussy. It's just it. So why are
It,
you
I mean
blaming
it's
this
different when
child
it's like it's Eric or Donald or Don Jr.
who
That's
have
different.
actively now
We've
made
done
choices?
horrible
Ivanka and
things,
all these people, you have made choices now
but
to
Baron is
be as horrible as your father.
yeah.
Yes.
So
So in
So,
that, I have the what is it, the milk of human kindness. Like, oh, no, that's not. Now, if she
mm,
were, you know, kidnapped by people that she had locked in a, what is it, a sweatshop, and then I'd be like, girl, you get what
Like
you get.
it was kind of like that movie. If you don't probably have seen this or probably have like King's Ransom with Anthony Anderson, and like all these people were trying to like kidnap him and shit like that. At one point, it's kind of like that.
And
Like
these are people he done wrong.
yeah, like most people he knew, most people he was like he worked for him and shit like that because he was a rich man who didn't give a shit. So it's like
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like that. So it's like
Yeah.
there can
And
be empathy for someone who's yes they're rich and they're probably an asshole, but it doesn't by default mean that they should just be kidnapped off the street by somebody just because they are in a different world in their own reality.
And it's
no,
funny that,
and
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so like a spoiler warning for the crowd. So skip to whatever timestamp somebody will put in after this conversation or after we post this.
Who putting a
But
timestamp in?
When did
Girl,
this
go
movie come
ahead.
well,
out? Who give a fuck about spoiler alert? Spoiler alert. Done. Go ahead.
I'm sorry,
um,
that tickled my
sorry for
sinuses. Go
any
ahead, girl.
sorry for anybody who's still wanted to watch it. But one of the things is one of the main characters, their mom. Um, so she's Emma Stone,
Mhm.
is playing the CEO of a medical company who has
Mhm.
been developing a drug to help with people with addiction.
Mhm.
And the guy who she's been kidnapped by,
Mhm.
his mom was one of the patients that had an ill reaction to it.
Mhm.
So she is not without Stone,
Well,
but the psychosis that has happened is he's chosen to be like, she's an alien and we have to get back at her.
right. Well, now hold on though. Was there in and I know people like to talk about intent and da da da. Da. Was her intent? Did she know that what she created was going to potentially cause the outcome that it did?
There's not, I don't really
Clear.
see any indication. I don't see any
Well,
indication of it.
Mhm.
drug trials are a toss up in any way, shape,
Right.
or shape.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because
and
if you'd have told
she
me,
offered.
go ahead.
I was going to say she offers up proper compensation to the families of those affected and gives out an apology, but it's like one of those things where an apology doesn't bring back my mother who's now in a coma,
Right.
who I can't afford to like take care of.
If you told me, example, in China, like I think it was like maybe 10 years ago, a lot of babies were dying from formula, right? We'll come to find
Hmm.
out that these CEOs and these people that run the baby food formula, the baby formula, were mixing it with something, cutting it, and full well knowing the effects that it could have. You
Hmm.
deserve no empathy. You
Mm.
willingly knew what you were doing. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Drug
but
trials are dicey if I'm
yeah,
doing this with the expectation of a cure, but it becomes less dicey if I know that this is complete quackery. What was the lady that did that went to prison for the blood test? Was it? It wasn't Enron. It was another company. Um, she just went to prison a few years ago, where she was promising, the CEO was promising this blood test that would do all this stuff, and she
Yes,
knew
that would
and
be
she
able
knew
to
it
monitor.
and she knew it was bullshit, and she was still selling it. You know, yeah, you don't get any empathy.
like yeah, like there may be some situations where there's a little bit of nuance where it's like you do a cancer research, like cancer drug trial, something like that, and it's like they say this is a success rate, but you don't know how this is going to react to different bodies just because is it cancer
Hmm.
is the same or something like that. Who don't know? So like a person suing the drug company for the person who took the drugs not surviving or something like that. I think that there is a level which is like you got to see like what's like, you know what I mean. It's like at least in in some forms of medicine and science, they do take their job extremely seriously enough
Yeah,
to where they're like, we're not going to play with this. We
yeah,
dedicated our lives to actually wanting to help people, so
and
we're not.
then
And then there's some
the
people who will.
yeah, and then the realities of medicine and scientific research is there's the placebo. There is a sugar tablet I know I'm giving you.
Yeah.
So if that drug is a miracle drug, you're getting the placebo, but that's part of the scientific um, process, because we have to
Hmm.
know if it works or not. And it seems kind of cruel, but that's the way the process works. So there's a lot, I
Hmm.
was
It's a
talking to,
very
oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say it's just a very. I like the movie because it offers up the opportunity to have a nuanced conversation
Nuance.
about what are the lines that we draw when it comes to, for those who are anti-capitalism or anti-capitalist, like what are the lines we draw between ethics and capitalism and bringing down the system and or holding people accountable.
Like
Mhm.
blaming Kamala Harris for something that another president is currently doing is not the same. Like you
Like,
don't.
how does that make
And then
sense? In what world does that make
It's
sense?
like the way I look at that is this: you can hold her accountable for stuff that happened during her administration. Now that you
Mhm.
didn't vote for her and she's not in office, she lost. That's what you wanted. You can't keep laying it at her doorstep anymore.
But that goes into a whole bunch of like misogyny and racism and just fuckery
Hmm.
and foolishness. Because you still got people like, I voted for Trump, but you know, the alternative was it just be just bad. It's like, sir, go back under the rock
Like
that you
look what
slithered
we,
from
and now look
under.
what we got. You're
Right.
happy, great.
So you're going to tell me that Kamala Harris would have had people, masked men with no IDs, jacking women and children off the street to rape them and murder
And
them,
and
and
it's
and
still and it's ironic. It's still her fault for all of this because they didn't do a
right.
good enough job of trying to win. When it's like I think so many people really underestimated the power of that move, the MAGA movement in so many ways. Like they really just pretended as
No,
if he wasn't popular in any shape or form. Like why are we
they
doing
I
this? Why are we
think
underestimated
downplaying this?
racism.
I remember they had done the some of the analysis for like one of the things that held Kamala Harris back was the fact
Mhm.
that her bigger platform was like trying to uphold democracy
Hmm.
and like the Constitution, but the bigger issue that everybody really cared about is like, okay, but what are we doing about the economy? So in turn, people
And
voted accordingly, and it's just
and
like,
that's a bunch of bullshit because if you listen to the man as he was talking, the toddler that just got a medal, right? Which is the dumbest fucking thing.
Which literally
It's
did
like,
not
sir, you
exist
should
a
be
month ago.
but you should be embarrassed from the video. You look like a fucking 3-year-old who has been given something that's the equivalent of we have peace prize at home. Somebody made up a something grabbed out of a toy machine and put it in a box and like just give it to him. He won't know the difference. And look at him. I'll put it on right now. You look like a moron, sir. You
you know
look
what
like
would
a
be
3-year-old with head trauma. You are sad, sir.
You see,
I'm
I
sorry.
also thought about this when it came to like Joe Biden and his presidency, where it's just like, he's a pretty old man, and there's a chance that like Kamala Harris could be literally running everything in the background, and we may never know for the next 40 to 60 years.
Mhm.
But when it comes to President Trump and his second presidency, I'm like, I don't think Vance is this smart. I don't think Vance is able to play this long
I'm gonna
con.
say this shit
So who is
now.
in power?
I'm gonna say this shit here and now.
Stephen Miller and those people
It
around him like that.
God, if
Mr. Burns
if
is
if we get to if 3 years from now, either Trump is or
not.
um yeah, or he finally leaves office because of being in his 80s at that point.
uh, he'll be 80 this summer, I believe.
Oh, whatever. Exactly in his mid 80s,
Oh,
which
mid 80s. I
which
thought you said
which
he'll
is
be in his 80s.
which was the biggest criticism for everybody on Fox News about Joe Biden, mind you.
Right. Which I'll
Mhm.
remind you, Joe Biden is in stage 4 cancer, and they took a picture of the other day, and I'm like, he looks good. He looks good. While this one looks like a wart that has been left out in the sun. He is
Barack
literally
Obama is still
disintegrating.
Barack Obama is still kicking.
Barack Obama
No,
looks
so
great.
but we have to remember those before and after presidency pictures. Because
Yes,
I
but
will say
Yeah.
one thing.
even with the salt and pepper hair, Barack is still good, looking good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Look,
no, I'm not saying that.
the
I'm saying that like
presidency ages you a lot because people are
yes,
always asking you all these fucking, like think about it. Everybody's asking you all these fucking questions all day. And then when you have somebody
and
like Trump who is not smart, who is not intellectual,
Mhm.
even going, I don't know, tell the chairman of China, I don't know. It still ages you. You know what I
But
mean?
mhm.
what I would say is that like with the whole JD Vance thing and everything, it's like if he tries to run for president, I'm going to tell you this right here and now. I want one person, I actually want every person to ask him the same question that people got pissed off at Kamala Harris when she answered it on The View. When she
What
got
was the
asked,
question?
what would you change about in your presidency that you would do different from your Joe Biden's presidency? And she said absolutely nothing. Which I'm like, okay, I don't see. Like, I get it, but like, I don't care. Like, that great.
Mm-hmm.
If
I
he
never
says the same,
understood.
if he says the same thing, I want the same hellfire, the
Of
same
course,
hellfire.
not going to be the same
I didn't
hellfire.
understand the problem with it more so just because it's just like if you were in his position, it's just like if she was in his shoes, she'd be dealing with a much higher uphill battle.
Hmm.
So it's just like if she could keep everything the same as it played out, that probably would have been the best. That'd be a good outcome.
We wouldn't be in the economic problems that we're in right now because we wouldn't have
Yeah,
tariffs against the world. You know,
because
Vance is not going to make it because he's got a very brown problem. Ursula and her two kids, and them white people gonna be like,
ooh,
What was his wife name?
I
Girl,
don't know what his last name is.
Ursula, whatever her name is. She in danger. I
Was
keep
it
saying you in
Usha?
danger.
Usha or something? I think it's
Whatever
like
her
that.
name is, girl, you in danger. You in danger.
All I know is the fact that it's just like, man, them Epstein files go crazy because the chance either there was a horse involved or Bill Clinton. Either way, it's still gonna be funny to me.
I vote the horse. I do. I vote the horse, and none of us are going to be shocked. Like, that
Bro.
poor horse. Talk about have
I
empathy for that horse.
I
Listen,
want it to be Bill
there's
Clinton because that might be the only thing to wake people up. Because above all, they'll take bestiality, homosexuality, a
Girl,
homosexual.
no, girl. Look, what's going to happen is they're going to move the goalpost. So all of a
mm-hmm.
sudden, you're going to have all these white men talking about, come on, who hasn't sucked their friend's dick?
Oh, they were already
Who
doing
has?
that. Like, oh,
I'm
like
telling you.
they were like,
Mhm,
like, well, there's nothing wrong with that now. Like, oh,
mhm,
now homosexuality is perfectly
mhm.
fine. I
There's
get
I
it
can see
Okay,
now.
Fox
great. So
News
then
now.
legalize it.
There's nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Like
Okay,
it
great.
was
So
when
legalize it.
no,
Oh,
but what they'll
bro.
do is they'll say
Speaking of,
this was when he was younger and when he didn't know any better. And of course, younger for white men is about 45, 50. And they didn't know any better. They were a mere lad of 50,
they keep
you know.
proving why their mediocrity is so prevalent. Like, they just keep
Mhm.
proving it every single time.
And why
But
aren't we also now talking about the war crimes that were committed
uh,
by the Secretary of Defense,
normally we don't
who
get very political on this show, y'all.
blames
But like,
no
Jesus
right.
Christ, a
But
lot has
my
happened this
my
last week.
favorite part
We might be going to war.
was the actual literal knife in the back that he did to the admiral, who nobody was talking about, till he texted a tweet like, "I want to say we firmly support," and I'm like, "Boy, bye! You just threw his
The
ass
bullshit.
under the
The
bus.
bullshit.
You
All right,
bought the bullshit."
let's move on to the moment of the
That's
week.
people I don't have empathy for right there.
No,
You
not
get
one
what you
bit.
get.
We're gonna move on to the moment of the week. It's a little video, so
Little video,
enjoy.
little
Don't waste your
video.
time here with these queers. They'll never see you. They'll never see your brown skin. I was in New York and I went to this club and it was a drag show and there was stuff going on. And it was all very white, cis, het, jock, New Yorker gays. And there were some drag performances happening and they were pulling people out of the crowd. But the drag performers were pulling out people of color and mocking them on the stage and mocking their accents and mocking their backgrounds. And I remember thinking, oh God, this is off. Like, I'm not sure this would happen in London, but I'm in New York and I'm a tourist. Even the queer people of color, some were laughing along. Some walked out and were like, not having this, not sticking around for this. And so I remember standing there and thinking, gosh, there are some gorgeous guys here. You know, I'm on holiday. What might happen? And this person of color came up to me, this Latino queer, and said to me, come on, let's go to this bar. Don't waste your time here with these queers. They'll never see you. They'll never see your brown skin. They'll look straight through you. They'll look straight past you. Don't waste your time. We're going to another club. You'll like that club better. And I found this other bar that this person had told me about, and it was just a world away. And it was queer people of color, and people were just dancing and rocking out, and it was just madness, and it was just sweat dripping from the ceiling, and it was just everything that you want a queer space to be. I was just like, oh my God, this is my shit. I remember seeing like one night, two very different queer experiences and feeling very excluded from the first one, but ending my night in a space where I felt very included.
Oral Histories by Queer Global. Together, we're keeping our stories alive. One voice, one story at a time.
I wasn't expecting the advertisement part.
I saw this on Instagram a few days ago, but go ahead.
Yes. So I chose that moment because I love having the conversation again, I'm just a controversial ball of fire. I'm a Sagittarius, a quintuple one, and I have no water in my chart, so there's no such thing as balance. I got wind and earth. I got wind, earth, and fire, and there's a whole lot of stuff where I can scorch with that. Oh yeah, I'm a band because I can remember September. But anyway, I chose that moment mainly just because, like, again, I love bringing up the conversation. I love having these intellectual talks with both of my co-hosts. Um, brown or spaces for queer people and how complicated it is to both as maintain inclusivity while also protecting the space while also trying to keep the profit, and then on top of that making sure that everybody feels or is able to at least try to be respected. um, his experience is something that I definitely have had conversations with a lot of different white men and men of color about, like, hey, do you ever like look through your Instagram and see who you're posting with your friend group? Like, have you ever noticed that, like, you have like three people of color and they all make a certain amount of money a year to be in that picture, whereas most of these people are kind of just mediocre?
Ooh, shit, child. I feel like you're talking about somebody specific.
In my head, I am, yeah.
Do I
But
know the person you're talking about in your head?
let's talk about this
I
offline.
don't think so. This is just from like DC and stuff, or like from my time in Maryland, where there is a very big segregation, but not There's a lot of anti-blackness, but there
Mm,
are a lot of queer colored spaces. But then
mm,
there's also a lot of, like, the higher the income, the brighter it gets.
mm.
It's very palm.
Well, and the guy in the video kind of said it, and midway as he was talking in his very posh British accent, I thought to myself, okay, but and how do I put this? You still want to fuck these white men, and he said it himself. He's like, oh, they're gorgeous men here. You know what I mean? Like, when do you
Yeah.
I
disconnect from
mean,
that?
like, I get what you're saying. I completely do. I'm not going to disagree with that. I do think that though, you can find someone attractive, but also know that like this is not the space for me.
But when you find them attractive, you still need to hold them accountable. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You still need to have those discussions, or you still need to pull your coin. You know what I mean? Like, if you if you don't
Where's your
engage,
morals?
yeah, if you don't engage with them, their behavior is not going to change, because why would their behavior change?
That's true. But I think for me,
It.
like as someone who grew up in lives in New York City, I used to go to before I discovered more black-owned bars, which is a good amount in New York City. Not that many, but still. And it's like I used to go to like the white gay bars downtown and everything like that. And then I discovered the black ones. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm never going back to the white ones. Like, what the fuck's the point?
Mhm,
Like, there's no point anymore. Like,
mhm.
you're in a space now where you see all people like you, different, and they still treat you the same if you're not attractive. So that's at least a plus. But at least the music be popping and the drinks are strong.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
At
it
least
is
I'm
not,
getting turned down by a black man.
yeah, that part.
Ugh. Um.
Because the experience I had in the bar the other night, girl.
Turned down by a black man.
No, not the, no, I was just ticked off, but that's another.
Oh,
That's
girl,
fine.
bye.
Listen, that's
But
story
Soon,
for another.
soon you will be able to. Soon.
but
I know.
yeah,
But yes,
no.
I get his experience. Um, I
Hi,
sometimes wonder.
Auntie. Also, hi, Star Mother and TT. Hey, girl. Hey, play speechless.
Hey,
I
babe.
sometimes wonder.
Speechless.
I sometimes wonder. Why my auntie? I'm like the same age as you. What the fuck?
You just look older, sweetie.
The fuck out
It's
of
because
here.
you got the. It's because you look like Gilly from Philly.
You look like you're manifesting the '70s, baby. So it's
But like,
auntie. You lucky
I
it's not
understand.
granny.
I girl, I would be big
Get your
auntie
moo
there. Don't you
Go
do it.
ahead. Go.
Which
Go
are
ahead and get
making
that
a
moo.
comeback. Y'all are weird. Moo-moos are making a comeback. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
We literally said
Okay.
last week we was gonna get Moo, so like, I don't know what you're talking about.
We?
True.
No, I
Well,
never
I
said.
Talk
I
said.
about that.
never agreed.
We was
I
talking
didn't
about
agree
that
to a
last week.
moo. I want the strap, the T strap one that you see all over Instagram.
Oh,
That they finally got to me. They finally got to me. I'm like, I've seen this commercial for 100 times. I'm gonna buy one.
Moo in a caftan. That's fine. No, no,
Tell me how I feel.
no, Moo in a kimono.
A calf a caftan is a little different from a moo. I would do a caftan. I would not do a moo.
I need me a new kimono. I need another one. But I
I
was
want
saying
a
it's like,
muumuu because that's how my grandmother's bills got paid.
Oh God.
but like for me, like in the experience of being in both those both bars at one point in time, I fully understand what he's talking about. Like, there's drag queens who they're funny, quote unquote, but they're really piss poor at it, and they don't really understand. I think the biggest problem is that I don't know how to say this correctly, but it's like some gay men in our community see this idea like if we're all gay, we all share the same umbrella,
Right.
and
And
then
it's
it
no,
kind of distantly removes the fact that we're black and gay, and we have a
Right.
different experience, lived experience, and growing up and everything. So like when we're in our own black gay spaces, that's not saying you can't be here, but you can't come in here and be like, oh, all they play is like this like Nicki or like all this rap music or something like that, or like it's just like that's like no sis, you're in our space now. Like
Right.
we some of us love Britney and Madonna and they're all good and shit, but like if they're playing Beyonce, if they're playing Nicki, if they're playing Cardi, they're playing all these other people's, like this is for us. These are our
Right.
divas just as much as those are your divas as well.
Right.
so actually, I had a conversation here in Amsterdam with some of the Amsterdam natives and some people from other countries. There was a Venezuelan, there was an Italian, uh, one Dutch boy, so on and so forth. All different kinds of people. Um, yeah, it's a very diverse sauna. Anyways,
Mhm.
we ended up
He was
having a
getting smacked down
conversation.
cross continental.
So I'm sorry, you were using your mouth for discussions in the sauna? Continue.
Oh, well, there was more than just discussions happening, but before I went to work, before I clocked in, we were
Hmm.
talking about life and stuff.
Clocked in,
And
huh?
one of the things that we brought in or brought
This
up
this
was
is
just kind of like,
disgusting. All this nastiness in this room.
I'm just
girl,
questioning.
girl, I know you like a long hot dog, so let's not get crazy.
My throat's not this.
Have have you visited the Santos and
That one. Let me not say that.
clocked in?
Let me not say. Let me not say the sentence that's forming in my head. But no, I have.
But okay, so basically, what we had talked about was the fact that like there are certain countries where the anti-blackness is very loud, and it's kind of like countries will culturally have their types. Where the Italian dude, he was giving very metrosexual. He was a top, but he was like 6'2". He was a bit hairy, and it's just
Oh, he
like,
was gay and
that's
European.
yes, I know, crazy, right?
Oh God.
But he was complaining about how people didn't see him as a top because like it's not the image of a top in the Netherlands. Whereas he goes to some place like Austria, it's not that he doesn't look like a top, but he's not the really type because either Austria or Albania, but one or the other. But they're very Aryan about it. They want their blonde hair and blue eyes. And then
So is
like
it
you
that he's not the definition of a top, or he's not the definition of what they find attractive?
he's not the definition of what they find at the top. He's not the definition of masculinity, and he's not the definition of what they find attractive. He was just in a triple fold. But then I was talking about how, like, for me in my experience as a black man, sure, I may not necessarily have the experience of rejection as a bigger person and while being dark skinned, but I did bring into the conversation the fact that, like, hey, if you are a darker skinned person, when you travel around the world, you always kind of have to wonder about the anti-blackness in the dating space and how much will I have to deal with it before I'm able to find the opportunities that I'm looking for, whether that be a hookup, conversation, relationship, so on and so forth.
It's
And to
sad.
my understanding, with gay culture around the world, most black men are going to be looked at as a top, period, because of your blackness.
Oh, here's a great story. So, no, not really.
Some,
This is white
somebody
people.
confused you for a top. Okay.
Help, girl, please. Look, imagine this topping you. Come on now.
I mean, but
Contact my
you know
phone.
what?
Hey,
No, let's not be that person. You could be a top.
My
you
proclivity
may
is.
not want to be, but you have the capability to be. Just because you wear all that makeup don't mean nothing. People love getting fucked by drag queens in
If
the
only if I
makeup
was. If only if I was a drag queen.
Clock it.
all the time in my case. Ooh, see, he gets it.
I hate like uh
Was What's the
But
funny
yeah,
story?
like black men tend to get fetishized a lot. Like I was at
Mhm.
the bar the other night, and this white guy was staring Nico down. He was just like, I was
Like a
just like,
poke chop.
and I was just like, yeah, maybe he wants you to be his fetish. And he just looked at me and said, "Bitch, are you out your mind?" Like it's
He,
true, sadly
he
sometimes.
probably did. He
And
did. He wanted
sometimes
to
it's
chop
like
him up with a
I, I
biscuit.
think I think there can be a small degree where it's like not every person gets fetishized, especially when you just say like, "Oh, he's so big and rough and rugged and shit like that." But like you can find someone attractive who may not be in your culturally or ethnicity
Hmm.
in your own sphere, but like it's still you know race play shouldn't play a part in anything, in my opinion.
It shouldn't.
I No, it shouldn't. And but some people are into that, and some people like to talk that way. I've always
That's
taken the
weird.
stance of, and shit, Miss T.T. Brown like to say I miss Martina Luther King, but my stance has always been, and when I have my children, it will be the same for them. Go to where the love is. Go to where you're
Yeah.
appreciated. I
That makes
spent
sense.
most of my formative years in a non-predominantly black space, a predominantly colorless space, but not predominantly black. I had to deal with a whole lot of Hispanics and a whole lot of Filipinos. And for people who know, that is a lot of anti-blackness
Ooh,
because
child.
a lot of the times it wasn't that I was being called ugly because I'm dark, not because of any of my facial features or how
Right.
my face was shaped or my head was shaped.
Because
It
neither of you,
automatically,
your face card declines. Neither of you.
I would
thank
like to
you.
ask
Yeah.
Saquon, if you're still watching this, baby. You live in well, I shouldn't dox him where he lives at, but where you live at, sweetheart, do you face this in any way, shape, or form? Because we know some of us know where you live, so like, can you just share a little
Some of us
statement
have
in the chat
worked
for a
where
second?
you live, close to where
Yeah,
you
like,
live,
can
and
you
are
share a
like,
little something in the chat just to give us a little indication of like how your experience has been while we're doing that?
but
Yeah.
I agree with you, Star Mother, that, even though I rag you, I agree with you that you should go where you feel loved and where you
Hmm.
find the relationship that despite everything that we're saying, I'm still an outsider looking into your world. So if and I can say you're a hypocrite, you could do, girl, it doesn't matter. That's my perception of your situation. If your situation gives you the peace and the happiness that you want, and
Hmm.
I'm saying this, like men that I've looked at and I've gone, oh, you a Uncle Tom looking nigga, but if that relationship gives you the peace and the happiness that you want, you go right ahead.
As long as you're
Because
not,
again,
as long as it's
that's
not like
it's my perception of things. You know what I mean?
but I feel like there's some people
Hmm.
who like actively go out their way to be like, well, I don't date black women because of this, or I don't date black men because of this.
And
And it's like
again, and
that's
again,
where to me it goes too far. If you
it,
just
it
say I
goes too
happen
far,
to
but
be
who am I to judge that? All I know is I don't want any parts of that. So
right,
thank
but
you
I
for
think
giving me
when
the heads up and let me move on. You know what
that's
I
true.
mean?
I agree, but like I also say, like I should not have to drag my own race or culture down to be like why I'm just with this
Yes.
person. I am
You
just with
shouldn't,
this person, and
right.
I
You
happen to
shouldn't
find them. They
have,
found me. We're in a relationship. That's it. It's not. Trust me.
you,
As
I
many, I
just
can
want,
criticize black men a lot, but at the same time, there's a lot of black men who are amazing and great, who I
oh
would
yeah,
happily and be with. But like,
if you're
but
black
you
nine
are
times out of
not,
10, you're only looked at as a BBC or top to fulfill a fantasy.
yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
You are not the defender of the universe either. You know what I mean? This is something I'm discovering as I'm getting older. Like they always talk about black people have a chip on their shoulder, and sometimes we do,
mhm,
because of the world.
yep.
But there is something to be said for putting that chip away and saying, this ain't got nothing to do with me.
Mhm.
Who you talking about ain't me, and I'm not interested. You know what I mean? And
You
when you're
found this
not
Hmm.
person. I'm
interested,
happy for you.
right? Whether if you marry into the KKK as a black man, I'm so happy for you. I hope you get matching robes as a wedding gift. That ain't got shit to do with me.
Oh my god, that reminds me of an episode of Reno 911 where like they got called to like
Mhm.
a
Yeah.
carnival and there was a person in the KKK the thing, and he was like he wanted to propose to his girlfriend or some shit like that. His girlfriend was a black woman. It's just like, girl, what's happening here? Like
See,
he's KKK, you're black. Why are you doing this to yourself?
And you would
God
be
bless.
surprised how many KKK, how many racists, how many people, turning point people. Because I still believe Charlie Kirk and Candace Owen got into it because she fighting just a little too hard. It's like, sis, was something.
It's
Well,
like when you're
his
Enlighten us.
his late wife is hugging up on some of these other men real hard
you
His
know
now
late
what's
that he's
wife is
gone.
like, his late wife is like, I'm good. I'm good. Candace is out there fighting the fight, and his wife is
you know
like,
what's
mm-mm, it's okay. I'm
interesting?
good.
What's interesting is that someone had pointed out
Oh,
like what does Daquan say? I remember one time someone literally messaged me on an app saying that I would look really attractive if I dropped a few lbs. Honey, you're not the only one.
I am so sorry to y'all's experience for that.
I'm not gonna say
Sugar in
for
their gas
Scott, but for
tank.
me, it's like you're talking to someone like you're actively talking to someone who is big.
I just I get
That's the
mad
choice
about
you're
it
making,
not
not me.
I get mad about it just because it's the fact that like of all the things you can choose to say, you chose to say something rude and just it doesn't make sense to me. I'm very much like, if I don't like you, I don't
Right.
like you. If you're not
It's
attracted
right.
to me, I'll say like, hey, thank you for your time and your interest, but I think what you're looking for would be better. Like you're better off looking for somebody else for what you're looking for. You won't find
Right.
it
So
with me.
Or you
so
could
I don't
say
have to be.
nothing. There's people I don't find attractive. I don't go out of my way to go,
not
hey, by
one
the
bit.
way, I find you quite unattractive.
In the words of Jill Scott, we could just be silent.
You could just be silent. You
Take a
know,
long walk in the park because you need to be
you
in nature.
these are usually attention seeking people who
Mhm.
feel entitled, to want to give you, their opinion, and when you pull up their pictures, you're like, I wish I had your
Oh,
nerve in
Oh,
my
it was
tooth.
unprovoked, and they messaged that first. Like, girl, I'll be like,
imagine my show business.
I had a
Someone
dude
just
one time. So back when I was a little bit more youthful and had less wrinkles on my face, I used to post a picture of like me in makeup, but like you can obviously tell I wasn't a man. I mean, you can obviously tell I was a man, but like my profile will still say my name, which would be Ken. So this dude hits me up. He was like, he asked me like, "Oh, you must have like a soft feminine voice." I'm like, "No, I don't." Like, I mean, granted, I don't. My voice sounds much deeper in my head than it does out loud. So, you know. But like he
You
says
have a
this, I was
radio
like,
voice.
"Oh wait, you have like a man's voice?" I was like, "Yeah." Like, what makes
Ruins
you
the
think I
fantasy
wouldn't?
for you, then.
And then he was like, "Oh, why
I'm
are
a
you out
man,
here?"
Byron.
Like, "Oh, why you out here like playing on people and shit like that?" I'm like, "Don't get mad at me because you got a tingle from the photo that you saw on my pretty
Right.
face.
You
That's
got a
not nothing to
tingle
do
in
with
your
me, sweetheart.
dingle.
My name
Right.
still says Ken. What woman do you know is named Ken? I know one, and that is it. And her name was Kenny. Done.
And
I know
that's
a Kendall.
But
I
that's
know a
not the
few
yeah,
same though.
Kendalls.
yeah. But
No, I
that's the
get you. I get
thing,
you.
right? That you gave them a tingle in their dingle, and they don't know how to deal with that.
Like,
Because I'm not supposed to be attracted to fat people. I'm not supposed to be attracted to black women. I'm not supposed to be attracted to gay men. I'm not supposed. That's not, again. That's not a me problem,
and
my
that's not
guy.
the
That's a
person's
you
problem.
problem.
Ooh,
Like, okay, you don't have to hit them up. You can just block them. Don't gotta say nothing to them.
so this might be a byproduct of guilt culture instead of shame culture. Because the Japanese don't do that. The Japanese don't do that. They just say they're not interested in keep it moving. I can't
So
speak for the South Koreans. I can't speak for the Chinese, but I can speak for the Japanese. Whenever
Yeah,
I've had to deal with it, they're very straightforward. They keep it cute. They're not rude about it. Now, one thing about guilt cultures, though, so most of the Western Hemisphere and Europe is that the way that we talk about each other, the way that we nip and like quip at each other, it bleeds into those things. Where it's just like uh somebody unprovoked saying these things about you and it's just like so you feel guilt about being attracted to me and this is how you're going to deal with it.
and it's like, how do you expect me to solve this problem?
Yes.
it's not even guilt. It could be shame. It could be lust. It could be any number of things. But again, none of those are my problem. I am not here to
Oh
emotionally
yes.
regulate you. That is not my job.
I'm
You
sorry I
My
didn't
know,
do
job
this
is
for the
not to
same time.
convince you that
I have
ooh
worth. My job is not to convince you I have worth. A perfect
I
stranger on
told
the internet. My job is not to convince you of my worth. Fuck all the way off, my good sir, and you have a good day. Go
no
fuck
because
your mama again.
that I told people at the sauna again today because we were having really deep conversations. Don't ask me why we
The
were having deep
sauna
conversations there.
again. So the sauna has been a multi-day trip. Gotcha. Go ahead.
No, this is just tonight. Tonight, like
You
I
just
literally ended up
oh
with a crowd of like 5 to 7 people, and we were all having very
Relation.
dysfunctional but like moving conversations.
Hmm.
Girl, I can't be passed around like that. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, the
Good.
conversation was about like I remember I told us like, hey, I don't compete. Like one thing about me is if I know that I'm in a competition, I will not compete. If I don't know I'm in a competition, I'm just doing my best.
Mhm.
Because ultimately, for me as a person, I don't need to convince if I have to convince you that I'm better than the other option, then I've already lost.
Right. Take the other option.
I'm not doing
There are men
Eh,
who want you to fight. There are men who think they're the prize, so they want you to fight for it. There are
Oh
men who just
yeah.
want the attention, so they want you to fight for it and see how much they can get before everything falls apart. And I'm not that girl.
I'm glad
I'm
y'all are
not gonna fight.
realizing that.
there's
That's part
some
of
men
feminist theory that men think they're the actual prize, and it's like, bruh, no.
there's some men out there who think like I should be grateful that they're willing to like talk to me or
Mhm,
engage with me. I'm like,
mhm,
yeah, after about 10 minutes of just talking to me, you'll be the grateful one.
mhm.
Like,
On their
I'm
terms,
sorry.
on whatever terms they set
Like,
up.
I'm glad that you think I'm supposed to have this. Like, my self esteem isn't through the roof, but baby, it's not that low. And some of y'all
And
be
Oh,
then
really
I've
trying it,
that brings us to another
really
set of
trying it.
men who are very angry that certain people's standards are not that low. You know,
I'm like, oh,
hmm
I'm sorry, I didn't.
well,
I'm
when
not
did fat
settling for
bitches
this.
get a choice? The
And it's
moment
like
you
the
stepped
same,
up.
like the same way that you think you have all this confidence to just randomly talk to a person however they are just because of how they look because you deem them to be unattractive. But you
Right.
said I need. But like, let's look at it like this. If you're coming to me talking to me like this because I'm a fat person, you think like, well, I'm settling for this. I'm like, what does that say about you?
Mm,
You
yeah.
don't look at it like that. Like, what does that say about you though? Like, you're
mhm,
settling for me. So how low are
mhm.
you?
Very low. And they would make your life a living hell.
Oh, I'm
Basically,
too
I
And
know that thing
it's
I'm too much of a
fit
Taurus for that.
what
society standards.
oh
I
one
got a
thing that
tingle in my
men
dingle.
oh Jesus. One thing that definitely American men hate to do is self-reflect. Really
Yeah.
go deep inside of themselves and realize that maybe I'm the problem, maybe
Yeah.
I'm the drama, and I should do something
Mhm,
about it. Because I
mhm.
was
That's why
talking to
women are
somebody
like,
about
men will
like,
do everything but go to therapy. We'll do
yes,
everything but go to therapy.
go to therapy. Um,
And there's some that's
I
like generally like like especially in the gay community, like they I had this thought the other day, and I'm going to say it from just whatever people listen to this, they can go ahead and whatever.
mm,
I don't think I as much as I make jokes and shit like that, I actually don't think facially I'm an ugly person.
No.
What I think is that other people think I'm ugly just because I'm fat.
Yeah.
That's
I
essentially
mean,
it.
Yeah.
Outside of like if once I start losing weight and my face starts to change, then I'll be like, okay, let's see. Like the cheeks are there, the
No.
jawline is like more defined. Like I think only
Ugly
reason is like I am
equates to
ugly
fat.
because I am fat.
Just like
That is
dark skin,
legitimately it.
for some people, dark skin equates to ugly. It's not the person's not ugly, but because they have the darker skin, they're ugly. Fat,
So
ooh,
tall,
this.
so many men out there
Go ahead,
genuinely
Star.
look at people like that, and that's the
Oh yeah.
ridiculous part.
Mm.
Go ahead, Star.
But one of my favorite phrases that I wish that I had heard earlier in my life is from Kat Black, and she said, "I'm not ugly. I'm just in spaces that don't appreciate me."
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Because
I've
if
heard her
I
say that
heard that
too.
as a young, yeah, if I had heard that when I was a small child, that would have changed my life. And I feel like if more people understood that, like, hey, you are in this space looking for validation, you are in this space looking for love, but the people in this room don't have the capacity nor the actual knowledge to be able to do that.
Yeah.
If you are a darker skinned person in a very light skinned space, you cannot expect them to look at you, or it would, I would feel like it'd be remiss to not acknowledge the fact that you may be looked at with a colorist view while
Right.
being in the space.
And
It's
it's like
sort of like that Wicked scene where she's like, look. Well, I've seen it on Instagram where it's like, look at me. No, look at me
No,
like
there
they
was
see me.
look at me through their eyes, not yours.
Right.
Yes, that
And
is what I
that's
tell
that.
people all the time.
Oh, you need a hug. Are you okay? Are you
oh,
okay,
girl, that
honey?
movie was getting to me.
But
Oh,
that
they
like that's
really,
something that a lot of
Come here,
people.
give me your hands. You okay? They're not sticky from anything, are they?
no.
he
All
was
right,
I
he
took
are
a
was
we done?
shower.
eating
Are we
he
done
was
with the
eating
sex?
a sweet roll when we started. That's
I was
Star
eating it with a fork.
give
the
me
Star
your
Mother. Do
hands,
you have a
girl.
Reddit story, or do you want me to pull one up for you?
We were
You
having
can
a
go ahead and pull one
moment,
up.
Ken. We were having a moment. Give me your hand, Star girl.
This
Give
is
me
the
your hand.
moment.
I, yeah, but
This is
I
the
just
moment, the music, the magic. You gotta.
I hate him.
Go ahead,
But
have your
yeah.
moment, because that was a powerful. I think that scene was powerful for race, for gender, for any sort of thing where a person is different, and you build a friendship with
Hmm.
somebody who quote unquote fits the norm.
Mhm.
They are going to look at you differently than
You know,
society will look at you, and sometimes you have to tell them and say, no, 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 stop. See me the way everyone else in the group sees me.
and
And if the
Because we
person
can't.
has go ahead.
and I said because I had said that, my comments about being bigger in this community to like Nico and stuff like that. And he still gets it, but he also kind of be like, oh, that's not really. But he also understands like this community does treat bigger people differently. And sometimes I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't feel bad or ashamed for how I get treated anymore. I mean, I'm in my 30s. I don't give a shit anymore. But it's the acknowledgement that this it is a problem. Do I think there'd be a solution to it? Absolutely not. But I would say like I just wish more people felt like they can be in certain spaces and not feel like they have to be railroaded to just being pushed to the side just because they're a larger body. Like that's just not fair. You're not
Oh
even
yeah.
seeing this person as a person. You're just seeing you're assuming that this person is unmotivated and shit like that, which by some definition, yes, that is true. But other times it's like, what if this person is big but they also have a six-figure job, or they control a foundation for something, or they do something that actually is good for other people, and you're just assuming because of how they
Hmm.
look they're not, and then you're assuming somebody who goes to the gym all the time they're living a perfect altruistic life, this perfect life and everything like that, and like that may not be the case. They could be toxic as hell. They could be scraping by. They could be scamming people out of money, and you don't care.
No, and I can agree with that. And also, one of the bigger things I took from that scene is more so it's like we can't make progress as a society and or trying to move people closer to the actual end goal unless we acknowledge that, like, for those people who do have friends who are conventional and in the norm, like, hey, you look at me as like I'm special, as I'm worthy of love, but you won't acknowledge how the other people look at me. So therefore, you can't, because you won't acknowledge that, we can't make progress.
Like you've
Right.
had time to get to know the personality to look past the veneer outside. Those people don't do that. They just see what they see, and it's like that's just how it is. Like I am the way I am with y'all. It's like you would think I would be a great person to other people, but they won't see that or know that because of what my visual appearance is not appetizing to them.
Hmm. And it's it's the reason why it's just like when you. So for me, I'm not ugly. I'm not ugly. I know I'm not ugly, but I'm going to say this sentence because of how my life has worked out. I feel like I am the designated ugly friend. And I say that because in a lot of my different friend groups, I'm the only person who's never been in a relationship, the
Mhm.
one that doesn't get hit on, the one who kind of gets pushed to the side. And yes, thank you, Ken, for being able to be there with me in that. Thank
It's
you.
called being the duff.
Um, yes, being the duff, designated ugly friend. And when I tell this to my friends, they're like, "You're not ugly, like you're beautiful. You just have to give it time." And it's just like, maybe if we would have, I need you to acknowledge the space that I live in and
Mhm.
the space that we operate in, and like think for just a second, like, how does this, how will this affect me? Because I remember one, was it happening to you or was it happening to Nico, where somebody got in between them, between whoever was having a conversation with somebody at the bar because they thought like, oh, they don't, I don't want you, I want them, and you're in the way.
See, that's how
That
you
probably
get your
happened.
wig snatched. What the fuck wrong with
Because,
you?
that's like I honestly, like, as a tourist, that's the scenario I have to play in my head when I'm with, like, either Nico or anybody who else is attractive. I'll be like, there's gonna come a moment where somebody literally just gonna interject themselves into the conversation I'm having with this person and pretend as if I'm just not even there and be like, "Okay." And I would have to be and the saddest part about this, and we're gonna move on to the Reddit story, is this. In that moment, in that space, I know this is a hypothetical. In that moment, in that space, I have to take it with a grain of salt. Not
No, you
saying
don't.
I no, no, I'm saying like I
Pull out your
have to.
mace
No, like I
and
say
mace
like
him.
I
What the
It
fuck
have
was
wrong
to.
with
Nico
you?
and a
I
Texas friend.
It was
Oh yeah,
Nico and
that's
who?
right, that's
Thank
right.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you,
But
but what?
like
Zaquan.
it's like I have to be like take it with a grain of salt. Like I should be like, "Oh, it's not that serious. Don't take it personal," type of scenario. What it's like, no. Like Because if I lash out or I get angry, it's like, oh, you're just mad because I didn't want to
But I
talk to you tonight.
also
I'm like, well, no, you're
this
just an asshole as a person, and you just
this
didn't
is
want.
just me. I would also expect the friend that I was talking to that is the friend of the person to get that person in check.
Oh yes,
Oh yes,
You know what I mean? To
like
be like,
absolutely. Like if that
excuse
happens,
you, back the fuck up. This is my other friend. You can what's what the fuck? Like I would expect that.
I would expect it too, and hopefully, like I would definitely if I ever put not if that's happened to me and I'm with somebody else, I'd be like, oh well, I'm with my friend tonight. This is such and such. Say hi,
Right.
this is you know what I
Now
mean? Like
that would be up to the person to take the high road to say, okay, wait, stop. I'm with my friend. Have you met my friend? Turn your ass around. Turn your flat ass
mm,
around. Behind you is my friend. Say
and
hello.
like it was so
yeah.
crazy because like I went out one night a long time ago with some friends and we were dancing in a club and this guy kept like bumping past me to get to my other friend who's like skinnier and shit like that. And I'm just like, I'm literally standing right here. If you hit me one more time, I'm literally going to knock you out and I will
I'm
not
knock
give
the
a
shit
shit.
out of you.
I had to
I
ask.
will
I had to
pull
ask
you
my
by your
friend this
threads
same
and
thing.
just drop you to the floor.
Hmm.
I had to ask my friend that this evening. I was like, because somebody was walking and they were taking up the whole hallway, and I was, I'm ducking and diving because I don't want people to touch me because it's just like, though we're in a space with less clothing, I still don't want to get touched by you unless I'm consenting with it.
Right.
And
Unless
I,
consent.
and then somebody like full, just like all the pride of a white man, just walking through the hallway, and I like walked over to my best friend. I was like, if I shoulder check a bitch, am I in the wrong? Like they didn't touch me first, but they took up all the space. Like they wasn't gonna get checked. Now, if I check her, am I
It's
the
like,
problem?
You made all
eh,
the wrinkles come out of my face when I did that smile. I love shoulder checking white people in airports, international places. Being a big bitch has its
it
you know
does.
I love shoulder checking people, especially with the flow of traffic. If you see the flow of traffic is walking this way and you think you're gonna walk against the flow of traffic and you think you're gonna walk into me,
I'm
you
not
think
gonna
you're gonna
lie.
you think you're gonna knock down over 300 pounds, sir?
I'm
Bring it.
I'm not gonna lie.
Bring
Like
it.
my hair in this
I
background, like
will
is so
shoulder
perfectly
fucking
together.
check you and your toddler like a linebacker. And I'll keep moving and I'll scream over my shoulder, sorry, you need to look out next time. The fuck wrong with you?
But it's like if you want to be rude and then the person reacts that way, like I'm not gonna like I don't know why you think the way I look is gonna change. Like you expect to be like, oh, he's not gonna get angry at me. I'm like, you really think so?
I
Like you
love
think I'm not going to be? And you think I want you now? Like no, just seeing how you treat just an everyday person. Like I'm not saying you have to be the most nicest, kindest, sweetest person, but like if you can't even say, oh hey, excuse me, that's
Oh,
it.
Yes.
I
If you
love
can't
when
be
Like
people try to
decent,
slide past without an
uh,
excuse me. See this? See this? It works like one of them drawbridge things. Like what?
like
Where the fuck you
I'm
going?
sorry that I was
You
like this.
don't see this line? You don't see all these niggas lined up? What you think we just doing this for shits? This is an exact conversation I had with somebody at a concert. Think we in line for shits and giggles? You better get your black ass back in the fuck.
I hate to have to
Let your
be that
friend step out
one
of
to
line and
say
get that
something
with you.
very fucked up.
The
But
fuck
like if
wrong
I'm
with
saying,
you?
"Oh, I'm sorry, my fat ass is existing at the same time as you. So let me take me
All of
out
it.
of this space so that you can feel more comfortable." I
Both
just
of
want to
my
say that
ass
to somebody
cheeks.
one day, just to say it and be like, "I hope you feel uncomfortable after I said that." Because I will not give a shit.
Girl, I don't care about anybody else's comfort. I love flying Southwest and being a fat black woman because when you sit down, if you sit down on the end and somebody sits down on the window, no one will take that middle seat upon pain of death. If the pilot will have to tell somebody, I'm assigning someone to that seat, no one will take that seat.
And I'm gonna
And
say
I'm
this shit
like,
too.
this is
And
business
Yvonne can co
class space at Southwest prices.
you are so
I'd be
stupid.
stretched out, get my extra soda, using that extra tray table. Me and the person next to the window. You see it clicking in the person by the window. They're like, I'm gonna always sit
And I'm
next
gonna
to a
say this
fat
right
black
now.
black
Anybody
bitch.
who knows me
Always.
and I've been in and if I ever in that situation and you tell me I need to take the high ground and not be like that towards a person, you have sadly got the wrong one. I'm sorry. You sadly got the wrong fucking one. Because if I say some shit like
I
that, you better not come and be like, oh Kim, why'd you have to say that? I'm like, excuse you?
You
no.
gotta you gotta learn to use your fatness in your
Excuse you?
favor.
You're coming to check me right now? How about you tell your friend to
Sometimes I
apologize to
throw
me?
in a little, like when I was in the Bahamas on the island, I would throw in a little extra waddle. And he was like, you need what was it? You need the tram back to the boat. And I was like, Yes, I need the tram back to the boat. They stopped the tram that was and made him turn around with all the white people to come back and get me. I was like, "Thank you, baby. Thank you." And I waddled my black ass on there, and I
All
said,
right.
how everybody doing?"
All right. I know it's late, Star Mother. Let's just wrap this up with the
Oh,
last
sorry.
Reddit story and get out of here. All right. Am I the asshole for telling my best friend I'm uncomfortable with him being gay after he confronted me about being weird about it?
Oh my gosh.
This was 5 months
What's the
ago. So, my
God, the
16-year-old
story
best
is
friend,
5 minutes ago.
5 months ago.
5 months. I was gonna say, wow.
Okay. So, they're both 16.
Mm,
Oh Jesus.
My best friend recently came out to me as gay about 2 months ago.
mm,
I don't know why, because I'm in theater and I've had gay friends before, but him being gay weirds me out. I've
mm,
tried to being cool with it, especially since we live in a pretty rural area, and
mhm,
he's always protected me from bullies and anyone's bullshit when I decide on less than masculine interests like singing and dancing. Oh, you're already fucked up as a person. And he
yeah.
becomes a super sports bro. He even still sleeps over all the time and hang out. Lately, I don't know, I've been sort of avoiding him. I make more plans with my girlfriend to avoid hanging out with him, or I forget to hang out or make up reasons not to sleep over. A few days ago, Martin confronted me about how weird I'm being. He kept he he kept pressuring me about it, and I finally just told him that him being gay made me feel uncomfortable, and he just goes WTF and says he thought I would be one person to understand and that I have other friends, other gay friends, and I tried to tell him I don't know why, but with him it's weird. He tells me I'm a piece of shit, and he still thinking talking to me, but he's still pissed, and he tells me I need to figure my shit out. Am I the asshole? Absolutely.
Hmm.
Like everything, like first, like he literally defends you. He literally defends your masculinity for you, and you still could not find the capacity to just be friends with him.
No, because it's one of those alignment things where you it's just like with Trump. If they found out he was gay, it doesn't matter if he stands for the rest of their values. Sorry, you're gay. It's the one drop rule of like non-perfect victim or non-perfect savior.
It's
If you
so
are the
stupid.
one thing,
It's dumb because it's like to me, like he's your best friend, so you should be the one comfort in the world that he has outside of anybody else. The fact that you said that you have gay friends, the fact that you said that he's hung out and slept over, like what now you think he's gonna come on to you? Like I sometimes want to hurt men's ego and be like this. Why do you think you're my attraction?
um,
Like
I
why?
I wonder if he gets a tingle in his dingle thinking about his friend, and this is something that he hasn't come to terms with, or makes it difficult to come to terms with.
Okay, yeah,
wanted
that's
him to come out first. He wanted to come out first before he came out first. Ooh,
Or at least
actually, that
process
reminds me of
through some of those feelings.
this reminds me of an old thing that happened to me in high school. There was a boy. We gonna name him Brody because I don't want to say his real name. It's not that I care about him. I just don't want to say his real name because he pissed me off.
We couldn't say
Um,
Billy, but we have to say Brody. Okay, Brody.
yeah. So Brody went to one of the high schools within my district, but he was dating a friend of mine at my high school. Brody was an asshole. Brody didn't treat my good. He didn't treat my friend well. And come to find out, Brody had a gay friend, and that gay friend had jerked him off and like done some stuff with him, but refused to treat him like a person with dignity and respect.
Oh, that sounds
So
about right.
yeah. So one night I hear about this and I go off on him, and I made him apparently the best friend texted my homegirl that like I made him cry, and I was like, "Ooh, am I supposed to feel bad about that? Because I feel a little bit more powerful because he deserved to. Like
Cry
you
away.
treat somebody who you had people who loved you, who respected you, treated you with dignity and respect, and then you returned this with dust,
You pay me with
with
that.
less than.
Hmm.
Like
Like
it's a thought of like you can be my friend, but the fact that you're gay means you can only be my friend to a certain capacity, and it disgusts me to no end.
It's so interesting how someone gets seen as less than when you find out a certain thing about them that's not even like extreme enough. It's like if you found that this person was like a PDF file, that makes
Oh,
sense.
that's okay. That's all
Yeah,
right.
like that's
President,
Oh
the
yeah,
perfectly
the church will
president's
defend them.
the president's one. So come on.
if you find out that this person,
Somebody's pastor is two of them.
yeah, like if you find out like a person is like a drug dealer or some shit like that, like
Oh,
okay,
that's
fine.
okay. That's youthful indiscretion.
If you find out that but like they're gay, that's that's
That's unforgivable because
that's too much for you.
I have a tingle in my dingle, and you might want to straighten that out for me, and
Let's not
that's
even
wrong.
talk. Let's not. Let's take the sexual component out because they're yes, they're teenagers and they're 16. But let's do this. I want to know why exactly you can't. Why you find it weird for you? Like why? Like all these years you were friends. He's your best friend. He's defended you. He stood up for you. Yeah, hung out all the time. What changed because you found out he was gay?
Because I have some unprocessed possible feelings for this person, and finding out you're gay means you might be down for that, and I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to process that.
Oh, we love therapist phone. She really
What do you
always
think?
adds the best. You always add nice things to the conversation, and I
You
love
don't
that. And I thank you so much for being on our
And I bet you
podcast.
he
you
thinks he's a
don't
10
get
when he's
that,
a 5.
possibly, but you
What
don't get
about
that.
community and Combs?
You don't get that from him.
Combs.
That
Get that from
he
who?
From the Reddit story, that he
Oh,
engages in a lot of things that would be queer coded, right? What do you say,
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
theater and all this stuff?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's fighting for his life out there with queer accusations. So he what grabs a girlfriend. I have a girlfriend. I have a girlfriend. How many men have you met like that? I have a wife. I have a girlfriend. I have a wife. Sir, you're sucking
Well,
dick.
yeah, yeah.
I,
Like obviously, like
I still have a girlfriend.
like the Christian fundamentalist who came out to his wife and children and decided that he needed to gradually come out. But like, are there straight men in theater? Absolutely. I just saw one last night at Death Becomes Her.
Correct.
Great
But
fucking show, by the
it's always
way.
thought of as something that's queer, right? That people are
Yes,
always
it
like,
obviously yes. It's for women or for gay men. But
right.
are there straight men who perform in theater all the time?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Are they
There's so
straight
many
men that suck dick? Apparently. But here's the
like
thing.
Shakespeare, but like also in Shakespeare, straight the men wore the women's clothing and shit like that. That's also because
I
of
mean, that was
misogyny.
the
But that's
custom of the
yeah.
time.
But like it's just a matter of like you can't be you distance yourself from him and
Because
like you're 16, so like
you're
you're young, you're making
distancing
stupid ass
yourself.
choices.
Right. You're distancing yourself from a good friend because you think you're distancing yourself from allegations of being gay. He's 16. It's as sucky as it is. I'm willing to give a pass to a 16-year-old boy because you're 16.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I
but
hope that you do better by the time you make it to 19, by the time you make it to 25, by the time
but
I hope, there's growth there. And only happens through self-discovery and really, like you said, looking inside and looking
yeah,
at
and
why
also
do I
like
Do
feel this way?
everything. Do the therapy. Go to the therapy.
Go to the
talk to your guidance
therapist.
counselor. Like, say, honey,
Girl,
go
don't
talk to
talk to
her.
your guidance
But I
counselor.
also,
Your
and this
guidance
might be a
counselor is
hot
there to tell
take.
you what courses to take.
Um, Now, this may be a
Mhm.
hot take, and
Okay.
if the girls want to tussle with me, they can. But I blame
Oh,
the parents
probably.
because
Mhm.
and the reason why I blame the parents for this is I don't. I think parents should tell their kids like, "Hey, this is how your friend. This is how you stand for your friends. This is how You should how your friends should stand for you. And if they're not doing that, then like y'all ain't friends. Move on."
Like, you should have a
Um,
Or
standard in which,
even parents maybe should not be homophobic or
there's also that
transphobic
too. There's also
or
that too.
say shit that makes a kid feel uncomfortable about being who they are, or just not even being who they are, but just being comfortable with every aspect of their sexuality
or just understanding that some people walk life differently.
and being
Yes,
okay with that.
And
but because it's one of those things where it's just like, if I learned that my kid had done that, that would have been a straight conversation. Everything would have stopped and be like, hey, why would you, why do you think that's okay?
Mhm.
Why would you abandon your friends? Because my, my thought process as being a parent is just like I'm supposed to be creating a better member for society. So that means I need you to be able to be a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can be a good friend, then that means you're capable of being a good person, and then it's just up to you.
Yeah.
So while you're
And
still
then,
young and you're about to be you're in the most selfish point of your life.
right.
What are we doing?
And then on the flip side, to the other young man, my responsibility as a parent to you is to make sure you're prepared for the world. You're gonna meet assholes like this. I know it hurts. I know you've been friends for I don't know how long, but
Hmm.
also don't put yourself out there for someone who wouldn't put themselves out there for you. Let them go, and it's completely okay if you forgive them and you wish the best for them, but you don't ever rekindle that friendship. That's okay. It's another big
Because
one.
forgiveness does not mean continued access.
Boom. That's another big one because a lot of people be like, I said I was men are good at this. I said I was sorry. I accept your apology. We're all good. Doesn't mean that I'm going to give you a second bite at the apple. Just means that I forgive you, bro. You get this forgiveness. Here, give this to God when you see him. That I said you're forgiven, but it doesn't change, like you said, the access level.
Yes, go
And
into the
that's
upper
okay.
Mhm.
room.
Because
What?
why do
The upper room.
The upper
I?
the upper room?
Yeah, take it to the upper room.
All
No,
right.
because it's just like, why would you forgive the scorpion if you've been stabbed by a scorpion and it asks for forgiveness and it says it's because it's nature? Why would you give that scorpion a second chance to hit you again? You can forgive the scorpion and send it on its way.
Hmm?
Because of
I
the
will
price of the
forgive,
egg.
but I will not forgive. I get it, Saquon.
Because of the price of eggs. That the scorpion said that they were going to bring down the price of eggs, and I believe them.
All right. Well, it's time to close
Ooh.
this out, y'all.
We
We've been here for a good hour and 20 minutes. Thank you,
have
everyone.
it's, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun. How
This one
how
was
long are
a bit
you?
of a heavier one too. So,
Yeah, how long are
Sorry about
you?
it.
No, I love it. How long are you vacationing? How long are you?
I leave Amsterdam this on Sunday, so in 2 days from now. Oh wait, actually no, tomorrow.
Oh,
And
so
then I'll be spending some time with my friend in Poland for about a week, and then I'll head back to Japan.
oh
so you
wait,
still got about a good week left of vacation. Good.
Yes, my sleep schedule's completely fucked. God help me when I get back.
yeah.
You're
Oh
young.
shit.
You're young.
I'm realizing scheduling and shit like that. I might have to rearrange some stuff to do that episode.
Oh, and also for the crowd, happy 28 to me. Happy 28 to
Oh
Maurice.
yes, happy birthday,
Yes,
baby.
Sag
That's right.
season. Yes,
Me and you are
yes.
both the same
Yeah.
age now. That's great.
You know who else's
Yes.
birthday? Phoenix's birthday is this weekend too.
Yeah, but he's a December Sagittarius. Mine happened in November, but it was Thanksgiving weekend, so I couldn't really blast it like I wanted to. So yeah.
I thought your
But
girl bye. I
I
thought your
mean, it's
birthday was
never too
this
late
weekend.
if no, girl, I'm November 29th. But yeah, if any of our lovely viewers would love to send me a gift, because Lord knows it is 116 euros. Wait, no, it's
Mm-hmm.
a dollar 16
Mm-hmm.
to €1.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Drop,
means I have less shopping power
drop
and I need help.
that cash app in the chat.
Oh yes.
Shameless.
Oh
Yes.
wait.
Yes.
I only have the private chat, dang it.
Oh, that way,
But
when this goes live, any of our subscribers we need to put our cash app on our thing. So any of our
yeah,
subscribers who want, because we don't get paid a dime, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing this out of the graciousness of our heart. If
out
you
of the
would really
graciousness of
like,
my heart, I am
yes,
up at 3 a.m., about to be
yes,
4 a.m. to let
yes.
y'all know that you can talk about these things with your friends.
I mean, I am trying to get this tummy tuck and press bra line lift, but it is expensive. The quotes that I've gotten are crazy. Um,
And I'm trying to
Kay,
get laser
Kay,
hair treatment on my booty hole.
there you go. Kay, what's going on in your life where you need a little bit of extra money? I mean, I hate to, I'm not going to be those begging mouth kind of people. I don't want big, but if you could help us out with just a little something, um,
I
it,
wish I can play the song from that damn commercial when the children would be
if
begging for food and shit. Like in
if
the
you could help us out with a
arms
little something,
of the
it'd be
angel.
appreciated. Anything you got, like a couple of dollars, you know,
All right,
I'm
let's
just
end this shit. Thank you everybody for joining us. We have like 2 more episodes left before we finish out here, and then I also have another announcement at the end of the last one. So please stay tuned for that one.
Do we know about the announcement?
Yes, you
yes,
already.
we do.
Oh, okay.
We have 2 more episodes for the rest of the season. We thank you all so much for joining us for this one. You know, we had some technical difficulties, but we're going to work those out later. But we appreciate everything, and we love you guys so much. And we'll see you all in the next one.
See you.
Peace out, man. Good. Happy Christmas. No.
Merry
Happy
Hanukkah.
Jesus' birthday. Well, no. Is it
Happy
Jesus'
holidays to all, and to all a good night.
That's what I meant to say.
And Kwanzaa isn't real.
Wait,
Or
what?
why would you?